The Guyana Police Force unveils a massive security plan for the festive season, while citizens are urged not to be complacent about their own security.
President Bharat Jagdeo has expressed appreciation for the presence of the USS Kearsarge.
And the Human Services Ministry looks to review the United States strategy of rating trafficking in persons, which shows high incidence in Guyana.
GINA News Eye on the Judiciary Health tips on, of course, the latest sporting action in the diamond, mineral water and NCN Sport News and more after these. Stay tuned. Good evening. I am Janelle Persad.
And I'm Delicia Fletcher.
For this edition of the 6 o'clock news for today, Thursday, November 13, 2008. Delicia?
President Bharat Jagdeo has expressed appreciation for the presence of the USS Kearsarge. The President and other government officials yesterday toured the vessel, which is here on a humanitarian mission. Edward Lane reports.
The United States naval vessel, USS Kearsarge, is in Guyana on a 2-week humanitarian mission, and President Bharat Jagdeo, while addressing the crew aboard yesterday, endorsed the partnership between the U.S. and the Guyanese military. He noted that Guyana is extremely grateful for the assistance that is being given to its people, stressing the importance of sharing ideas and learning about each other.
It is very important, not just your presence here to help in some of these areas, but also the interaction with our healthcare personnel, which is invaluable. Apart from that, there is a tremendous political benefit to this. It brings our people closer together. We have excellent relations at the government level.
He expressed hope that the presence of the military personnel would allow them to learn more about the country and the challenges confronting countries like Guyana.
So I hope that you leave with a better understanding of our country. I'm sure my people will remain here and have a much more enlightened and better impression of the U.S. military, the U.S. government policy in this region.
Meanwhile, U.S. Ambassador John Jones, who also addressed the crew, reiterated the importance of the U.S. Kearsarge's humanitarian mission to Guyana. The U.S. Kearsarge is complete with 1,500 crew members. The medical facility on board the vessel include an operation theater, pre-operation and post-operation rooms, and X-ray department. Edward Lane, the 6 o'clock news.
The Chinese Foreign Minister Yang Jiechi says he is impressed with the progress made in China-Caribbean friendly cooperation and CARICOM's role in building regional integration and economic and social development. Yang made these comments during a meeting with CARICOM Secretary General Dr. Edwin Carrington earlier this week and noted his country is ready to strengthen relations with the Caribbean. The ambassador adds that this will be mutually beneficial for all. Meanwhile, Dr. Carrington said most Caribbean countries abide by the One China policy and developing friendly ties with China is in the best interest of both sides. He expressed hope that in the future both sides will strengthen bilateral exchanges and cooperation. President of the UN General Assembly Miguel Descoto has urged leaders to use their moral strength to find solutions to the current crises plaguing the world. Addressing a special plenary meeting in New York, he noted that time is running short for the world's poor and hungry. Here is Sharda Lal with more.
For the past year, world leaders have been working on strategies to cushion the devastating impacts of hunger, poverty and climate change. But although the United Nations has been spearheading this drive, UN President Miguel de Costa believes that there has been little progress. Noting that time is short, he says global leaders are failing to demonstrate the conviction needed to resolve these challenges. De Costa argues that despite the presence of resources and collective knowledge, half of the world's population suffers from inadequate living conditions. This, he says, is downright sinful, and notes that nothing short of heroic decisions and actions can end this moral coma. The UN President has also expressed dismay at the failure of wealthy nations in mustering the political will required to stamp out these afflictions. In this regard, the upcoming Doha Conference on Financing Investment for Development is seen as an opportunity to address unemployment and the need for inclusive financial sectors and microfinance structures. And the COSTO has called for this meeting to take steps to eliminate corruption and promote human rights and good governance. Reporting for the 6 o'clock news, I'm Shar Dalal.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge will have an unscheduled closing to vehicular traffic from 14 hours 30 to 15 hours 30 tomorrow. This is being done to facilitate the transit of ocean-going vessels. The management of the Demerara Harbour Bridge says it regrets any inconvenience caused. The Guyana Police Force is once again committing many of its ranks towards a secure environment during the Christmas season. Head Command for the Christmas Operations Traffic Chief Neil Semple says attention will be placed in all divisions. Nicasia Logan has more.
In light of security plans for the Christmas season, Chief Traffic Officer Neil Semple says officers and inspectors will be deployed into the city. Meanwhile, he stated that there has been a decrease in the amount of road deaths in 2008 compared to 2007, and this is because the No Tolerance campaign had been enforced.
Our aim at this point in time is to ensure a free flow of traffic, to minimize traffic congestion in Georgetown and its environs, to ensure that persons obey all traffic laws. To date, we have had 96 persons being killed on the road, as against a whopping 190 persons for the same period last year. So we're looking at a percentage, just a fraction under 50% decrease in terms of deaths, and we're having 48% in terms of accidents for the current period, corresponding period this year.
Semple noted too that people should not be complacent about their own security because it is the festive season. The police are assuring citizens of their safety since foot and mobile patrols will be deployed. To address lingering security concerns along the East Coast corridor, there will be escorting of vehicles from Rossignol onto Plaisance. There will be special areas of interest including West Berbice, Quarantine, the West Coast, West Bank of Demerara, and also the Suze-Linden Highway.
The areas which we're going to be heavily focused on in Georgetown, as we are aware, Starbrook Market area, Border Market area, Regent Street, Com Street, Water Street, Main Street, the ferry selling area, Lombard Street, Sheriff Street, Arbid Barker Road. As we all know, these are areas where they're going to be high built-up of vehicle traffic and by extension pedestrians.
Meanwhile, Commander of B Division Krishna Lekrat says the law will be tightened in light of the Christmas season with some concentration on the use of firecrackers.
We have also collaborated, and we are still collaborating with the magistracy in terms of dealing at the court level with offenders who are apprehended and who are taken before a court. Because we want to protect the society, we want safety and security.
The commander also noted that the force has issued warnings and precautions to Barbicians on the dangers of firecrackers. He has also advised businessmen not to sell explosives because they will have to face the brunt of the law. Reporting for the NCN 6 o'clock news, I'm Nicasia Logan.